Let us bring in Ron Prosor, Israel's ambassador to Germany. Ron, thanks so much for being here. Your area of expertise is diplomacy. But do you see any chance for any kind of diplomacy when you see the images that we have seen on our screen, brutal terrorists massacring the Israeli people?
So first and foremost, let's remember this. Saturday, October 7th, is the single most deadliest day for Jews since the Holocaust. I am Israel's ambassador to Germany. The scenes of Jews being, taken and into the forest, shot at by bloody, thirsty animals, strike an unpleasant chord with anyone who saw the scenes or heard the voices and the stories from Germany and Eastern Europe during the Second World War. Those horror stories of helpless women that had been raped in front of their families, taken with their children, whole families being burnt alive in their homes. This is something that we Israelis, and I think anyone who's really, a mensch, will never forget. And I hope and pray that the world will never forget. And we, as leaders, you as journalists, and people have to make sure that this truth of what has really happened is never forgotten or distorted. So in the sense, at this stage, we really have to go and make sure that we dismantle the infrastructure of this jihadist state and the terrorists called Hamas, very clearly.
Yeah, and some of that is happening through airstrikes that took place overnight and into the morning. But then there is the question of the ground invasion. And you just heard Greg Palcott say that troops are lined up along the Gaza border, but they have not yet gone in. And part of that is because of the hostage situation. So how does Israel handle that? And what can we expect to take place today and in the coming days ahead? So,
look, it's obvious that we have to recognize the state of Israel, and I think the world also, that the strategy of containment with Islamic jihadists has not worked and will never work. So we have, I think, decided to move from containment to eradication. We really have to make sure that the state of Hamas and its military infrastructure is basically taken away from our borders. And of course, I hope that the military operation will be in such a manner that will really do that. But at the end of the day, I really believe that the message here has to be very, very clear. We have to go after an ideology that we tended in the past to trivialize. I was Israel's ambassador to the United Nations. Israel was demonized and delegitimized because we tried to find ways to defend ourselves.
Yeah, and we saw the images, Ron, of Israel's ambassador to the United Nations holding a sign speaking out against Iran's supreme leader, and he was arrested when that took place. So it happened when you were the ambassador, and it's still happening today. One quick follow-up question on the eradication of Hamas. And if Israel regains the Gaza Strip, would you be concerned that Hezbollah would then get more involved?
Well, we're concerned with Hezbollah being involved now because Iran basically works with its proxies, both Hezbollah and Hamas, with one goal only, basically taking out as many Jews as possible. I am today angry, as you see. I'm very angry. I'm sad because we are beginning to bury 1,000 Israelis in the next few days. But I'm also proud. I'm proud that the state of Israel, with the Israeli army, the IDF, is able to defend the state of Israel and the nation state of the Jewish people. And when we are now together, united, no one can basically defeat us.
Ron, the White House is saying that although Iran is complicit, there is still no evidence it helped plan this attack. Your response to a statement like that?
And my response to that is that clearly Hamas is responsible, but we know, the United States knows, and anyone who basically has open eyes, that Iran basically funds, sends military aid, rockets, weapons, both to Hamas and Hezbollah, to its proxies. And they're doing it day in and day out. And we, like I said, we know that Iran is behind a lot of bad things that are happening in the region, but at the end of the day, we have to make sure that Hamas and Hezbollah will not have the ability and the infrastructure and the terror infrastructure to attack Israel in such a manner. This is a clear decision between humanity and barbarism, civilization and people who basically stand together for the values that we all were brought up with. This is clearly a fight on our values and the way we want to look at the world in the next few years.
Absolutely. Ron Prosor, Israel's ambassador to Germany, thank you so much for joining us this morning and speaking out.